Good evening to my friends in YouTube land. It's your old buddy Lee coming to you from the heart of the Olympic Peninsula in western Washington State. I was kind of reviewing my channels. I've got two of them and you found your way to one. I've got the name of the other channel here on my little cardboard reader. There's 91 of my videos there on that YouTube channel. The channel you're on right now has 195 videos. I'm almost up to 300 if you put both of the channels together. Each one's about 8 minutes long. I got out my calculator and figured it out. You can actually watch over 35 hours of short videos that are all based on my short stories that I've written. I just thought that some of you that enjoyed little 7 and 8 minute videos might like to know that I had another channel. My other channel, the one that's here on the reader board, it has more to do with tarot cards and occult stuff than the one that I'm speaking to you on now. I started the other one first and then moved over to the second one that I'm speaking on now. The first one was going to be dedicated to only tarot, but then I thought there was enough room to put some videos on as well. Nearly the entire collection of my Viking videos is on this tarot reading channel. From my book, The Voyage of the Jormungandr, videos 1 through 27. So you can actually see a nice chunk of my book produced in videos from the first episode to about episode number 27, where they're going into the jungle in the Yucatan. I'm still working on the rest of the videos, but it's a long project. There may be close to 100 videos by the time I'm done with the Voyage of the Jormungandr. It's pretty lengthy. So anyway, I wanted to let you know, for any of you that like the videos, that you can find more of my videos on this other channel. I just wanted to touch bases with you tonight and have a short conversation. I probably won't hang out too long. I've been working on my book, The Waitman House Seance. I'm wrapping up volume number 4 and making plans on publishing it. I discussed with somebody the possibility of combining 4 volumes into 2 large volumes and kind of create a collector's item out of the 2 large volumes. They'd be 8.5 by 11 and around 900 pages. My 4-volume set of the Waitman House Seance is going to be pretty close to 1,800 pages. I've been working on it steady for quite a while. I'm real proud of it. I was thinking about it today. Somebody sent me a message and I thought about what they had to say about it. 1,800 pages is a pretty long story, and they said that they believe that my story was the longest book ever written that used seance in the title. And I looked up on Google to see if that person was right about that, and I believe they are correct. I believe my book, The Waitman House Seance, is the longest book that's ever been written with the word seance in it. And part of my goal is that I want to make a very long seance scene in the Waitman House seance story. I've gotten down to where I'm at about the last 150 to 200 pages. I've been thinking about the final seance for quite some time, thinking of different ideas, dragging in different items, spirit boards, crystal balls, recorders that are used to pick up electronic signals that the ear can't detect, revealing that the whole thing's been videotaped by the person that owns the mansion, different spirits that I'd like to have show up, how many. I'll tell you, I won't tell you exactly what's going to happen, but there are 13 people that are involved in the seance. There's one leader who's a seasoned medium. He's a older man from Seattle. His name is Adrian Russell. Adrian is a sharp dresser, well-manicured man. Some of the people that know him thinks he kind of looks like a magician or a movie star. And he's the leader of the seance. He was bought in by the owner of the mansion, Janet Waitman, who is a 95-year-old woman that lives there on the upper floor of the mansion. Anyway, I tried to bring in elements from other seance stories. I got online and looked up all the seance stories that I could and read them to see what kind of things they brought to the table as well. And it was really fun and interesting, of course. Any of you guys that are into the occult or into the seance thing, you probably kind of got a thrill every time you read a story about a seance, because it is kind of mysterious and spooky and fun. And so I've tried to incorporate as much as I can into this final scene, the climax, the big seance to top all seances, really. It's being held in the upper floor of the Waitman Mansion in a large, very large room that's referred to as the Vista Parlor. It's on the top floor of the mansion, and the whole western wall is covered with glass, so you can look out and see the Olympic Mountains in the background. That's why it's called the Vista Parlor, is because of its incredible view. The parlor, besides being a large room, has all been decorated with 1890s era antiques and all the stuff that comes with it, the pictures on the wall. There's some large paintings that are probably a century old that are pictures of the early Olympic Peninsula logging operations, fishing operations, the kind of lifestyle images that people had out in the Olympic Peninsula in the early days. The number of people sitting around the table will be 13. I'm trying to use 13 in the number of people at the table because we all know 13 is kind of one of those numbers, bad luck number or enchanted number or whatever else people attach to it, an odd number, so to speak. And around the table of the 13 people, 2 of the people are tarot card readers. One of them's an amateur and reads for her friends in a little town on the Olympic Peninsula. The other tarot card reader has been reading for several decades and owns a tarot card parlor in Old Town Seattle. She's coming to the seance at the request of the medium, Adrian Russell, I mentioned him, the guy that's sort of like a Hollywood movie star. Hollywood movie star slash psychic medium, sharp-dressed man. When I thought of him as a character, I enjoyed creating him. He was really a lot of fun to think about. There was other people that have the powers of a medium at the table as well. One of them, a gifted young woman from the Olympic Peninsula, and her boyfriend is also at the table. He is sort of my comic relief. He's a guy in his early 30s and drives a vintage muscle car. Got a big block 396, 4-barrel, dual exhaust, all that. A guy that lives for his car. Maybe you've met some of those along the way. I sure have. I knew guys that would darn near sleep in their car. They were so in love with it. And I'm 72 years old, so I grew up in the 70s when there was a lot of muscle cars around. 427s and 396, 390 Thunderbird specials in the Fords, the 426 Wedge or Hemi that Dodge Chrysler had in their cars, Plymouth. In fact, I even owned a Barracuda back in the 70s. A few of my friends owned Mustangs. One of them was a young woman that had a 428 Cobra Jet and her Mustang, about a 69 or 70. There was tons of those cars around back then, and everybody that owned one was in love with it. So that's what this guy, this character, the boyfriend, he's there because he is was the transportation for a couple of the people at the table. So there are some older people that are there that sort of have a mysterious past. They've been possessed before, so to speak. And their life stories are interesting and also play into the plot. It's getting down to this last chapter. Actually, it's probably going to be 4 or 5 chapters. It requires a lot of planning because I want to try to involve all 13 of the people at the table equally and try to represent each character fully so that they really have a part. You know, why have a character and then deprive them of having a full piece of the pie as far as the story goes? So we got the 13 people plus the employees that work at the Waitman Mansion. And then I'm going to use at least 6 spirits that are going to be called during the seance. 6 character spirits that are really have some meaning to the plot. And then I'll throw in a couple extras. It'll just be rogue spirits. And just real quick, a rogue spirit is a spirit that gets tempted or drawn to the seance by the calling. The calling is what the medium does. He calls the spirits to the table. And not all the spirits are spirits that are wanted at the table. Some of them are there just to cause trouble and discontent and scare people. They're drawn by the candy and the coins and the other things that are in the baskets on the table to try to draw in the spirits. So there could be 6 to 8 different supernatural beings that also attend it. So anyway, my time's running short. I want to thank you for coming in and listening, and I'll give you some more information on what's up in the near future. Take care until you come back, all right? Bye-bye.